All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. So I haven't talked so much today. Haven't talked at all today. Um. So apparently Trump launched some kind of a meme token or something. This Trump official jumping in at number 26. This explains our pumping Ray, likely Solana, and there's one other one that was pumping up today too. So we'll see how that goes. But very interesting situation going on here. This is a brand new coin. This thing, I guess, just launched yesterday in the evening, 9:30 p.m. It's 12 hours ago, as a matter of fact, 12 hours ago. So we'll see if what's up, guys? Hey, Mike English. Yeah, Mexican Sergey Lee. You're gonna be Mexican Charlie Lee here back in a little bit. It looks like if Litecoin keeps going good. But yeah, this whole Trump coin thing is interesting. Kind of taking over the news, the charts this weekend. You got Solana, um, which when I did my newsletter, this was way up here on good volume. Now it looks like it reversed a little bit. So we'll see if that's a topping candle. Looks like it could turn into one during this session. Uh, and then yeah, Ray and whatever the other one is. Let me look at my newsletter there. JUP. JUP. I'm not quite sure what JUP is. What do you think of the render chart? A lot of TA people calling 50 plus. I'm not sure if they get that from a TA perspective necessarily. Maybe they're taking this measured move and extrapolating it. It's like a lot of other tokens right now. I don't think it stands out in a major way. It's doing fine. It just needs to get out of this consolidation here and start to move on up. But when you're in a bull market, which I technically Bitcoin's in a correction at the moment according to our follow through day strategy, that essentially implies that there's not a lot of accumulation in the market, and the fact we went into a correction meant there was more distribution in the market. So until we get that accumulation back, everything's kind of suspect. But BTC is starting to look pretty good overall. Yeah, we'll do some stocks a little bit later, and we'll look at some of that stuff. Yeah, that's we were just looking at that a little bit. Some Solana meme coin, fucking president of the United States launching a meme coin just to rug pull his citizens. Fun. I don't know. Fun, fun, fun. But I guess let the games begin, right? So let's get to let's just start off. We'll go back our top 20. This is one of my power hours. We go through the top 20, go through the alts that I have today, which really aren't tremendous. There's only 3 of them, and then we can get into all this ancillary stuff just to get through the program. So starting off with BTC, which on the daily is looking pretty good. Yesterday did not qualify as a follow through day, so technically we're still in a correction. Although it was a really good day, we just didn't meet the 5% criteria. What did we end up with yesterday? About 4%, little over 4%. So not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, if you wanted to buy in yesterday and you did, I don't think that's such a bad thing necessarily. Nice little consolidations here. 21 period on the 2 hour being respected so far. So I think that's good. We still got a day and a half, a weekend left. So we'll see how this goes and what we end up with. But all in all, we're up here fighting with highs. But the good thing for me right now is that we're not trying to breach the highs. So far we've moved up out of an undercut and rally candle. Now we're hopefully consolidating. Is still really early in the consolidation, but you got some extended volume candles here, and then hopefully this is consolidation. Then hopefully we can move up in a positive way, and not in a way where we're likely to distribute. So you end up with kind of some Wyckovian situations and then some basing situations. Those are inverse of one another. So you look at the Wyckoff situation over here, where we try to push higher here, can't. We pull in, try to push higher again, can't pull in. This is a Wyckoff top. Okay, I'm sure everyone knows about that one by now. That was back in 21. That was a Wyckovian top. And then you end up with where we are today, which is not really a Wyckovian top. You do have a little bit of that going on here, but and then this undercut and rally. But the fact that we've been able to come back through, even surpassing this high to me is good. And so this almost looks like a small double bottom base, and a base is constructive, or a Wyckovian top is not. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to sustain sideways underneath the high and then go back through the high after some, hopefully just a few days. That would be ideal. And then the action here from yesterday, we can get to our follow through day, and then that would be kind of stars aligning. But we'll see what happens. I mean, there's nothing written in the stars that has to happen. Reading charts is like writing a book while you're reading it. You just kind of, oh, well, they did this. I think that should happen. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And then you use your risk management strategies to try to stay safe in the whole situation. So BTC looking good. Looking for that follow through day. I think we have a chance. A nice breakout of this with a 5% would be a breakout and a follow through day in one, which would be really nice. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's get out of the follow through day here. Onto Ethereum, which down 5% on a day where Solana was up 20%, now up 14%. Ethereum, I think, is just being eaten up by Solana at this point. It's been unable to really get much going. We came up double topped. You can call this large structure whatever you want, but we need to get above that 4092. Otherwise, Solana's in pretty big trouble. In terms of market cap, it's still the big number 2. It's got a long way to go before it falters fully, but you have these other tokens, basically catching up, decently dramatically until this little recent downturn. So Ethereum, not much going on here. Solana is where the action is, where Trump coin is launched. I just mentioned a little bit ago, 2 hour looking like a topping candle, where right when I put out the newsletter, it was solid green, and then it just flipped red on us. So we'll see how this one closes out. Volume's already pretty heavy with an hour 21 to go, so this looks like a topping candle, and we'll see where we go from there. So that Trump coin launched 12 hours ago on Solana. Crazy days we live in. Official Trump. And they have a website. I thought it was there it is. Let's see what this website looks like. Apparently Trump lost 200 pounds. Trump is history in the making. Buy with debit, buy with crypto. Solana contract address, so definitely on Solana. I don't think it actually does anything. I think it's kind of like a trading card, if you will. Crypto is kind of like the new trading cards. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Trump meme celebrates Leo took back. Who doesn't back down? Yeah, I guess there's some lockup periods if you're looking at tokenomics. Some percentage went to some people, and then there's some kind of a lockup. No, I don't trade memes. I don't got time for that shit. What is a meme? An idea, behavior, style, or usage that spreads from person to person within a culture. Huh. Guess that's a pretty cool definition of a meme. Trump meme. Trump are intended to function as an expression of support for and engagement with the ideals and beliefs embodied by the symbol Trump, and the associated artwork are not intended to be the subject of an investment opportunity, investment contract, or security of any type. Get TrumpMemes.com. Oh, that's the name of the site. Is not political and has nothing to do with any political campaign or political office or government agency. Okay. Solana coming down hard now will be interesting. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like I said, that volume just came in pretty hard. It's funny as these meme coins, just memes in general, it's hard to know when they're gonna dump after going up. So yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, you look at this. Is this part of this whole meme thing, or is this other people selling due to the pump? It's hard to say exactly, but it does look like, based on the red here, that they're selling other things to buy this, and now if that's flipping, maybe some liquidity will come back. I don't know. I don't know. This is you know, I was explaining yesterday to a coworker of mine that all trading is trying to identify accumulation and distribution. That's really all it is. So, and trying to do it in a structured manner, um, where things kind of make some common sense logic. And in some of these situations, it's hard to put common sense logic to some of this stuff, and you have to either go by gut or feel. Um, So in this situation, we get a topping candle. We could easily come back. I mean, this thing's only 12 hours old. On the East Coast, everybody was basically asleep when it launched. So maybe they'll start to buy in if they want to. Is it going to bring in people outside of crypto? Then you have them. So how does this work? You can buy with cards. So say somebody wants to buy with debit card. Say someone's not really invested in crypto. This isn't going to work so much for them. So you buy with a debit card, and it takes you to an app store. Install Moonshot, which is a wallet where you could buy with debit, I guess, and then you'll get your. I guess how easy is that to transpire? I guess that's the question right there. And then for the rest of us, so you buy, so you search for the token, you click buy, you do some debit, credit. I don't really show the checkout process, but yeah, it's not a great look, Mike. It's not a great look. So I don't know. It's a this whole Trump thing. I don't like him. I don't like him. Yeah, those quick jumps up are dangerous. I mean, you start going into highs, it needs to break out, or you do run it the danger of. Let's go to the small time frame because this is happening right now. So there's a topping candle, highest volume of the move, pulling back halfway. Then you get two more dumping candles, another dumping candle. Probably could find some support down here across a little horizontal, which we're kind of fighting with right now, as a matter of fact. Yeah, so could find some support right here on the pullback. Hard to say exactly. It's hard. You don't want to buy up 20%. That's just something you don't really want to do. It's just not a good. You usually don't want to buy out more than 5%, and that's really the sweet spot because it gives you a little bit of chance for it to run, but at the same time, you don't get hurt on a 20% pullback. Like that's a tough one. So right now, I think you're just kind of waiting a little bit. Good bottoming candle on a 5, and I guess could get you in if you're trading this on the 5 minute. But if you're trading on a larger time frame, 2 hour looks like it's in danger at the moment with that rejection. And if you go back, that is the old all-time high in red there. So there's definitely going to be some distribution as we've stalled there once. Coming back is good, but again with this meme token, who knows how much liquidity is going to be, brought into the market. Unfortunately, it looks like it's coming from other cryptos. Hard to say, but I mean, hey, getting Solana up, getting JUP up, getting Radium up. We'll see what those are doing now that we're pulling back here. All right, let's go on. The rest of the market is kind of pulling back a little bit after was looking like a pretty good week. Pulling back some here. Hopefully, just some backing and filling. Not a lot of damage being done to these charts would be ideal. Just a few days or a few weeks, depending on how much damage this does. It looks like things are being pulled in a little bit more dramatically here than I was hoping they'd be this weekend. XRP holding pretty steady. Had a nice move up past the 2914, and so far holding above that level. Really not a lot of distribution here. Volume aggregation tool shows the buyers are done. Just wait to see if the sellers are done too. And then, but good stability for XRP. Moved up early ahead of everything else. I don't think there's really too much negative to say about XRP at this stage of the game. Um, it's also benefiting from Trump politically, very likely, as looks like regulations are going to be pulled on crypto, which I think is a good thing, and XRP benefiting as it is kind of the de facto coin of the banks. And XRP's been working with banks since day one, essentially, really trying to work with banks. and then they finally got some traction, and they have Ripple. Their Ripple's an actual company. XRP is a kind of a publicly available token, I guess. I'm not sure how to quantify it, but XRP right here benefiting and looking good, looking pretty solid right here. Volume declining into yesterday and today. After we go up, the buyers have stepped aside. The sellers really haven't come in, so that's good. Doge pulling in a little bit here, nothing crazy. Trying to make something out of this structure up here. There's really not a lot of major structure to it right now. There's no double bottom. Maybe a large cup forming, and we're looking for a handle or something at this point. It looks like it's could be it depending on how far this pulls back, but nothing really major. Handles usually start on a high volume candle. Maybe this one could be it. So we'll see more tomorrow in the next couple days. Cardano stalling at the 11545. A little bit of a handle being formed here. This could be a cup and handle. Tron, big rejection today for some reason. Avoid that one. Shiba, been choppy, not looking good. Toncoin coming down pretty dramatically today, breaking a trend line here and then coming in. Really nothing to do there. AVAX failing at the trend line, pulling in, nothing to do there. SUI still pretty stable, hasn't making a directional choice in terms of a next large move, but there is some type of semblance of symmetry here. Just got to figure out which way that's going to go. And you don't figure it out. You just kind of react to it. There's no figuring it out ahead of time, at least that I'm aware of. VA Tool does look pretty good. RSI trend line here. Kind of fighting with it. Really unable to go under that 50 RSI level, which is pretty interesting. This is, I don't know if there's too many tokens doing this. This one, GT, also is holding up really strong. There's really only a handful, not even a handful, that are doing this. So I think you keep a close eye on these ones that have better relative strength to everything else. Bitcoin Cash still figured out what it wants to do with its life. Chainlink. Good day yesterday, pulling in a little bit today. Nothing too bad, nothing too great either. Couldn't do anything with the head and shoulders. And we haven't fully broken the head and shoulders pattern to the upside. You break it with the right shoulder break, and we haven't quite done that, so nothing left to do here. Pepe trying to break out of a declining wedge, descending wedge. Good move up yesterday. I guess not quite a better pullback today, but it's pulling back. Nothing to do there. DOT, nothing to do. Near Protocol, nothing to do. Nothing to do with most of these. Leo tried to rally through. Looks like pulling in today in concert with most other tokens. VA Tools killer on this one for whatever that's worth. Yeah, for whatever that's worth. Litecoin. So Litecoin looks like in the middle of making a large handle. So we don't have high volume necessarily on this candle, but there's a cup, could be forming a handle for Litecoin, and Mexican Charlie Lee over here is no longer Mexican. Charlie Lee may want to do a sex change back to Mexican Charlie Lee. If Litecoin is finally going to do something, and Litecoin's done nothing for years, just absolutely nothing. And so maybe this is a situation, this is a basing structure that can be built on for a much larger move up for Litecoin, which has lagged BTC by lots of maths. I'll just put it that way. Just tremendous amount of numbers that BTC has moved. Litecoin has not participated. Nothing fundamentally has changed within it. It's still basically, it's still a high quality asset in my opinion, and lots of other opinions. I don't think anyone denigrates Litecoin. No one thinks it's bad. It's just no one's really jumped into it. Hold Litecoin for years and swap to Chainlink and Render. Now it pumps. Yeah, well, that's kind of how it goes. Yeah, like I said, Litecoin's a good asset. It's worked now for years with really no major hiccups from my understanding. And, as more institutions get involved in crypto, as bigger money steps into crypto, maybe they'll look for these secondary assets. Or maybe they'll just stick with Bitcoin and this will falter. But this does appear to be constructive. The volume on the right side of this base is huge, multiple hundreds of percent above average volume. And now we're stalling just under the prior high. That to me signifies cup and handle. And I think this is something to keep an eye out of. You can look for a handle break, which you can kind of take the top if you want to be a little more aggressive. Ignore the wicks, go to the bodies. and we're still forming this. And one thing to notice too, on this 2-hour time frame, the volume aggregation tool, you get the sellers not really that excited. And so I don't think there's anything here to really be negative about necessarily. LTC BTC. Yeah, big picture, yeah. But you do get the same cup and handle here. The question is the breakout, right? Right, Mike? It's got to break out. You can see the pattern and everything, but you don't want to jump in now. You want to jump in when it's breaking out, when it's confirming that this is indeed something to be excited about. The pattern is good. When's the last time we even saw a pattern on LTC BTC? You do have a couple down here. There's a nice little triangle. There's a base on base pattern is really what this is. A base on base. Good volume move up. As good for 80%. So that's a structure. Small cup here that went for one leg. I mean, it starts with an uptrend. We have to agree with what we're looking at. We have to start with an uptrend, then you get a base. So anything down like this cannot be considered a structure. Like here's an uptrend, but there's no structure. So this is the beginning of the uptrend, base on base with the 80%. Small base here, one leg. So we could get one leg. We could go for huge. Nobody knows, right? There's a base with a small move up. Here's another uptrend. You get a nice little base there. Nice little move up. Cup and handle, breakout. Cup and handle, breakout. Consolidation, breakout after massive shakeout. And then it falls apart. So here was a nice rally back in 2019. Like I said, this thing hasn't done anything forever. 120% there. So again, you're looking for these good basing. This one's not great, but it's something. You're looking for these opportunities, and that's what we have now is an opportunity. Um, I don't know how far it's going to go, but I do know that it's a pretty decent structure. It's not the best, but you got a lot of good volume here. VA tool looks pretty good. You got a lot of green, not so much red, just a lot of chop. And I think it's worth keeping an eye on for sure. Like I said, you don't buy this right now. If you want to be aggressive in the handle, you can be. There's really not another trend line here yet necessarily. I mean, you could try to draw that, but that's very, very aggressive. Um, but if it keeps coming down on low volume, that's the ideal scenario. That means buying pressure is diminishing even further. And then eventually when buying pressure or selling pressure is diminishing, then when buying pressure steps in, that's when you can get involved. That's the ideal scenario. So speaking of which, I was looking at MicroStrategy with my colleague from work yesterday um, in regards to this. Kind of a similar situation, not the exact same, but you go from choppy rejection of trend lines. This is a different trend line, I think. Oh, I don't think it was log. It doesn't matter too much. Anyway, you start to notice the change of character. Oh, it's this one. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. I don't know if it was this one. I have to get it. It was on my other computer. Feels like it was. Anyway, it's not quite as clean as I was looking at. I had a really good clean example. But anyway, yeah, like I said earlier, it's about the accumulation, distribution, and identifying the changes. So there's been a bit of a change in Litecoin with the market, and then hopefully it'll be able to be able to come back. So yeah, in this situation, if you're looking at that's the wrong chart. In this situation, if you are looking to get into something like this, first of all, you want the market to be stable and not going down tons. You don't want to buy in a down market. The market's gonna rule most of the day, and then you have a cup and handle pattern forming here. That's a positive. You're looking at in the middle of the handle, hopefully, or the early part of the handle. You're looking to buy. If you want to buy towards the bottom of the handle, that you can do. If you want to buy towards when we start breaking trend lines, that you can do. You want to buy at the breakout point, that you can do, right? But you want to do things at wise time. So let's just say bottoms out over here, you start breaking with trend lines over here, and then it comes up, you start breaking out over here. Well, it's going to do a number of things, whatever the case may be. Bottoms here, goes sideways, starts playing with the trend line. You get to move up, then it breaks out. So you can try to buy bottoms. You can try to buy after it's bottomed. You get some higher lows. Then you get some horizontals in a breakout, right? After the trend line break and or around the trend line break, and then blah blah blah. So my drawing note, I'm not sure what you're talking about there. I'm just trying to point out, potentials in this drop down situation. So, like I said, you don't buy it here. You try to buy it when it's showing you characteristics that are positive for what you're going for. So you're looking for distribution to continue dying down because here you already have diminishing distribution. And you're looking for positive signs on the way up. All right, next up is APT. Bunch of garbage going on here, and Uniswap. Bunch of garbage going on here. Higher lows though. Again, we're looking for things to come back. There's just nothing to do right now. We're backing and filling. We're going sideways, which is fine. We don't want to be taking out lows. And then ideally we move back up. And then OM starting to slide down a little bit. Nothing crazy. It's still holding pretty good, but I'd like it to hold higher towards the high. But, you never, market never does what you want. Here it was sliding down. Nice little pop up. Moved us up. So this is one of those that moves up very dramatically when it does start to move. So you do have to pay attention. All right, only had a couple of USD pairs. GT, which kind of seems to be a persistent on the newsletter lately, just with this crazy persistent action. Really, the inability to come down in a dramatic fashion. You had a couple of pullbacks here, bounced right back. 1716, it just keeps going up. We're getting a little bit of a pullback. And we just got supported actually right there. So really much ado about nothing. Still above the 10-day moving average. If someone ever did get in on this thing, which is kind of a long shot that somebody did, but if you did, just keep moving your stops up. And that's been a winning strategy for the most part. You get these wicks down, but this has been a pretty stable token. VA Tool's been very solid on this name. And there's a large cup and handle structure. And then we're just been pretty good. So take trend lines, look for good exit signals, but this has been pretty solid. And then JUP. I'm not sure why this is up so much. Got to do something to do with the meme token of Trump's. Maybe it's on JUP. I don't really know what JUP is. I used to know, but kind of forgot about it. Maybe it's a meme platform or something. Yeah, sure, we can do an Ichi roundup. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure there's much to do with this one either. I mean, you look intraday, and the biggest candle is a huge distribution candle. It's right where we're fighting up here with these highs, so I don't think there's much to do up here. Um, it looks like a better shorting situation than a long situation, but it's already come back a bit. Maybe if it bounces back up. I wouldn't do any. I don't like to trade unless things are really, really certain. And with a meme coin like this, maybe it gets another pump on another million people noticing it or something. So it's hard to do anything with that situation. And then you got Ray. So Ray pulling in as well. Again, Ray's on Solana. Solana is where Trump's hosting the meme token. And if you look at the markets, there's Raydium right there, number 3, number 4. Meteora VD, whatever that is, has a tremendous amount of volume. I'm not sure if that's a token or what. It's a pool. Question is, do they have a token? Oh, it's a meme coin creation tool. 99%. That's funny. It is brand new. So it's good to see Trump up here with Fartcoin. I think that's pretty good. Fartcoin. Of course, there's something called Fart. Pippin, Scottie Pippen. Gotta love Scottie Pippen. So I don't know if there is a token on this or not. I'm not sure. Pools with farms. LST. Uh, Retardio. Retardio token. Win Soul. That's funny. Trunk. It's fun to look through some of these things. Yeah, never even heard of Meteor Pool actually. Looks like it's a meme coin creation platform, I guess. Total value locked of only 804 million. And how's there 2.6 billion? Oh, that's volume. All right, well, whatever. But yeah, Radium up here with some distribution. Already stepping in. You'd like to see this thing really solid. Uh, I'll just say this about the Solana and Ray thing happening right now. Probably even same with the Trump token. Uh, we haven't looked at this chart yet, actually. Trump. It's Trump, right? Is the symbol? Yeah, it's Trump. I want to bet. Okay, let's just use this chart. Coin market cap. And how do I get the OHLC chart? Uh, they used to let me go to OHLC, I thought. Trump USDC. Maybe we can do that. Trump USDC. No. Trump Tether on BitMEX. Okay. Oh, that doesn't look very good. Trump Coin Tether. No. Trump CoinX. That's definitely not it. Not sure we can get a great chart on this one. I mean, here it looks pretty good. Looks like it's got a pump. I mean, a pump up, and then you got a diagonal. We're kind of coming back into the diagonal, so maybe we'll find some support. I'm trying to find something to get a good chart. Oh, here we go. Candlesticks. I can only get it with price. I can't get it with coin market cap. That's garbage. I do get some. I guess this is volume. That's a weird volume pattern. Pulling back from 35-ish to 25. You can kind of see the trend line there. I was trying to get a trend line on there for you guys. All right, come on. Download chart, download price history, showing. Wow, they gutted this chart. I thought this had a lot more going on with it. I guess not. In the UK, Trump means fart. Really? That's funny. Yeah, so could get trendline support here. Could get trendline support. I mean, it's brand new. You can't. I mean, they're not going to dump it that soon. I also heard there's a lockup period or something. So, let's see if lockup shows on their website even. No, no lockup. No mention of lockup. I know here's some liquidity. Unlock duration 24 months. It's hard to see. They didn't make this very readable. So creators 36, 18, 18, 4, 2, 2. So these are full initiation, unlock emissions. Groups that can unlock 100% at TGE. What the hell's TGE? I don't even know what TGE is. So what's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 82, 86, 87, 88, 90. That's 90%. Public distribution is only 10%. And there's another 10. So is legit 80% of this token just, what is this? Creators and CIC Digital One. I don't even know what, are those people or are those? Each group's allocation released on their own schedule over 3 years. Makes no sense to me. So these are months, I'm assuming. So 3 months, you kind of have a fixed cap at 200, and then at some point they can start to, so they can issue more tokens. Yeah, it's complete game. Complete game. So no intrinsic value on that one. So yeah, you're just playing the you're just playing the you're just playing technicals is what you're doing with that. So and then on the backside of that you get Solana and Radium essentially. So let's hope it doesn't take some take some wind out of a market that was starting to look fairly good. Solana was doing pretty good, though. Of course, that was probably a run up into the Trump token. That was insiders likely buying Solana upon the launch of this. Now maybe that's when they're distributing. Potentially, I mean, you buy down here at 180, and then you sell up here at 260. That's a pretty good insider pump. You never know, but we're starting to see some of that dumping. All right, let's take a look at BTC Ichimoku. I'll get rid of trend lines. Okay, I've got a lot of those BTC pairs. Top 20 BTC. There we go. Can't imagine this is going to look very good, Mike. Can't imagine it's going to look very good. So, ETH BTC getting destroyed here. BNB destroyed. Solana trying to break out right now. I'm not so sure that's an amazing idea. Look how steady Solana's been versus BTC. That's crazy. XRP since it broke up has just been gangbusters, supported by the cloud, and still looks great. Cardano broke out down here, getting likely got stopped out for some really good Ichi people. ETH BTC is a long-term trend line with log off. Oh yeah, yeah. We talked about this last time we looked at this. Hopefully things bouncing up. Yeah, there's some trend lines right there, and just getting ETH is just getting murdered. Yeah, Solana is eating its lunch. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. I mean, you could try to look at like Ethereum Solana. I don't know if that's even a thing. I'd like to compare the two. Can I do that? So ETH just gets decimated by Solana over time. So ETH with some good pumps here, a couple good opportunities, but it's just, I mean, I've never looked at this chart before, and I think it looked this bad, but it looks bad. It looks real bad. So Solana, I mean, with the transactions per second, if it's just as secure as Ethereum, there's no need for Ethereum. And we thought ETH would be around forever, kind of like Microsoft. That's what I would say, and maybe it will be, but it's just not gonna perform the same way Solana is. I just don't think there's a way to do that. To be quite honest with you, so yeah, it kind of explains that. Oh, follow through day system, not Ichimoku. All right, let's take a look at we had XRP, which is good. Cardano, trying to fight here for something. Chainlink, okay, not too bad, not too good. What? What'd I do? Mike gave me the three dots. That means I did something bad. Litecoin not looking too bad here actually. You've got, the same cup and handle type of thing. We are above that, so that's pretty good. Oh, support? You looking for support on this? Well, I drew that one. Are you looking at? Is it a horizontal? Well, how many years? I need to go to weekly then. I can't. That's as far back. That's as far back as I could see on daily. Oh, that one. Like that? Eek. That's brutal. That's losing support. If that's the one you're looking at, are you looking at a downward sloping trend line or this upward sloping trend line? And then what's the diagnosis? It's fucked. Is that the diagnosis? That's what that one tells me. You had it hitting it. I got log off. Um, I could try to get closer here, but I don't have it hitting. I don't have it under it. I'm pretty good right there. Oh, this point? Yeah, I guess. I can cherry pick a little bit. I got that point and that point. It's slicing through it now. So either way, it looks like it's losing said support. So I'll draw that one, then I'll draw this one, which this is how I would normally draw it. I would normally draw it as far back as it can go. Yeah, not a very good look. ETH is just no, 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 no. I wouldn't touch it. I I I wouldn't touch it. I'd wait. Yeah, it's just. I mean, especially if you're trying to gain more BTC. BTC is BTC, and Solana is kind of the next BTC, at least right now. Remember, ETH used to be the next BTC. Now it's kind of been Solana, and there isn't really much to take over the mantle. There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing here. It's just giving up. This is what giving up looks like in reality. You can go back to like old ass stocks, like GE for instance. You know, I guess it's coming back a little now for whatever reason, but um, you get these stocks that have just been bellwethers for decades, and then they just give up. The market gives up on them. So they're doing some restructuring or something. I don't know. Oh, that's because it's GE Aerospace. I think they kept the same ticker, but this is not the same company by far than what it was down over here in the 90s and the late 90s, especially into the bubble. Um, yeah, you just look at charts just giving up. Boeing kind of looks like it gave up. It gave up a little bit over here. Not too much, but yeah, the ETH BTC, especially versus BTC, because BTC is obviously uh, BTC is in a general uptrend for most of its existence. You hope, right? Hope it never starts to give up like this. But this is giving up. Yeah, I don't like it. So I think the best thing you can do is, okay, best thing you can do I think is maybe hope for this. So you draw these two trend lines, right? Comes all the way back down, undercuts, and then gives you here's a little cup and handle right under this. Like if you're looking at this like that, that's got some potential, right? And it did. It moved out of that, kind of like what we looked at earlier. You're looking at lows, you're looking for trend changes, you're looking for better action. This is what you're hoping for. Right now we're in this candle. At least it feels that way, kind of looks that way. We're in this candle just undercutting. So maybe we can chill out for a few months, not do much, and then try to come back, maybe. But right now, I don't think you want to jump in front of this thing at all. All right, let's take a look at. Well, yeah, I think Litecoin's in a good spot. I think it's. You know what? That may be a good parallel, Mike. Actually, that may be a decent parallel for. Um, yeah, talk about giving up, right? Let's look. That's kind of what this did. I mean, it's on Coinbase. Let's see if I can do LTC BTC with better data. If I can get better volume and such. Yeah. Crypto, here we go. Crypto market cap. Oh, okay. That's supposedly the good data, I guess. Not really what I was. Well, I guess that's your giving up right here. You know, no real pattern. Tries to come back here. Tries to come back. Fails again. And here's some good volume. So I'm saying hopefully we can maybe try to come back. It's so beaten down, but that just looks like the price move looks like a flash in the pan compared to the volume. But the volume is pretty nice. I don't know. Hard to say. I mean, this isn't a chart I'd be really looking for entries and such, anyways. I don't. I'm kind of done with anything versus BTC at this stage. BTC's had such a run. Everything's gonna look like dog shit. It's just not gonna look good. Yeah, I mean, well, it's been shit for years. Like it's been garbage for years. You just yeah, yeah, boom. But it's not like boom up here. You know, not like boom up there. Um, I think maybe the best way to approach this, Mike, is just have a list of good tokens. I mean, a lot of people didn't even think XRP is a good token, whatever good even means, right? Maybe you don't think it. Maybe you thought it's a good token. It's on your watch list. Maybe you think Litecoin's a good token and it's on a watch list. There's there's like nothing to do. Little consolidations just starting to break. This is your opportunity if you're a pattern trader. Um, but on this, like I said, I don't do anything versus Bitcoin. Yeah, so it's a non-factor, right? But that's why I don't do anything versus like early on it kind of made some sense, but once we went to 8 trillion cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin just kept going on crazy runs while everything else was going through these weird cycles and then Litecoin falters, XRP falters, all these old hats falter and then Cardano keeps making comebacks. Like it's hard to make perfect sense of it all. So I think that's why I don't like comparing these to BTC because there's just nothing relevant here. I guess I could compare it against soybeans, but I don't think they relate to one another. I think many years ago the ETH BTC chart was valuable and valid, you know, but ever since ETH started doing nothing, which is a recent development, we just thought it was basing for a long time. Yeah, the new stuff doesn't have, and that's part of what gives us the allure to the public, right? That's part of the allure is that there's no history, it's brand new, and because it's never existed before, they're going to be rich, and that's why these guys that start these tokens and dump these tokens, that's why they make money, is because they just dump into it, and then everyone's left holding the bag. And it's easy to do it in crypto. It's really hard to do in stocks, which is why stocks behave better, in my opinion. I think they do. They behave in a much more rational fashion than a lot of these cryptos do. Um, except for during certain times, and there's a lot of random behavior in stocks. I'm not saying there's not, but I think overall you can look at structures in the stock market and see actual support. You know, and that's the difference. I think is there's and and they're all like you're not going to do Apple versus Bitcoin. Like I don't think that's pretty useless. There's nothing. There's no purpose to this. Just like I think there's this, which is why I stopped covering the BTC pairs because I just don't think it's. I just started saying nothing, 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 nothing for like months, months, months. And I don't know how long I did that, and I just felt like this is just stupid. I shouldn't even be doing this anymore. And we just decided not to do it because there's really nothing to it. Um, I think the market's decided Bitcoin's legit, and a couple of these are good. A couple of these coins are good, but they're never really going to sell BTC into alts. Not like it used to be. I don't think that's really a thing anymore. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we can do that. But I don't think we're going to come to any crazy conclusions. Other than XRP's been pretty beast. Yeah, maybe. That's why I do it because it may be worth looking at. It doesn't really turn into it. I do it because of Ichi, not because of BTC. I really do it because of Ichimoku. Because usually when I do the Ichi roundup on BTC pairs, and so I don't mind doing it, but I do it for the Ichi part, not really for the BTC part. And if it's moving good on BTC, you know it's moving good. That's one other thing is that um, remember a long time ago we used to kind of confirm moves when BTC and USD moved together, right? And then BTC stopped moving, and then it was just USD. So anyway, Chainlink, whatever that's doing, not much. Still in the cloud. Stops would have been hit if you're an Ichi trader over there. Litecoin chopping through, but this can make the turn. If this can make the turn, we'll see what BTC's up to at that time. If BTC rallies with Litecoin, which is most likely, then maybe this just goes sideways. Who knows? DOT has been under pressure for a long time, has semblances of greatness, and then just dies. No one likes DOT. Why'd you do in DOT when you got Solana? Doesn't make any sense. Doge up here, bunch of nothing. This cloud getting weird with all these undulations in the underlying price. So I'm not sure that's necessarily that buyable. But if you're going to trade the Ichi strategy, then you buy it and then you live with the consequences of the exit. That's all it is. Just a strategy. Uniswap, not doing anything good here. AVAX under. Atom, garbage. Near Protocol, garbage. TON, garbage. Shiba, probably garbage. Tron, not very good. Nope. And then Bitcoin Cash, garbage. Sui, probably good. Yep. Sui getting support in the cloud. See, this is one of those tokens. It's always kind of just hanging out. Great run. Hasn't really had a lot of distribution. Don't know when it's going to have its next, big run up, but it's always hanging out at least the past several months. So I think you give it that respect 100%. All right. There was MicroStrategy if Major Metacarpal's still with us. Mexican Charlie talked about render. We looked at that a little bit. I thought there was something else we were going to look at afterwards. I said to look at some stock stuff. If you guys have anything you want me to look at, please shout it out. We'll go ahead and take a look. Other than that, let's go through stocks a little bit. Get rid of Ichi, otherwise we'll be for 3 hours doing Ichi stuff. So, wow, look at Friday. I didn't realize that. Look at the volume on the Qs. It is the first triple witching Friday of the year. That's why. January. I think January is a triple witching. Is it? Let me Google that. Is January a triple witching Friday? Because I think that's the third. No, it's in March. Triple witching refers to simultaneous expiration. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that is somehow organically high volume on the Qs. That is a positive. And I did talk about this during the week. Declining trend line. All right, volume on the futures itself not so great, but they're above average. What's up with the Qs though? Man, they bought those Qs. Look at that. All right, so it looks like we're turning around here a little bit. Let's go down the list here. Apple, nothing doing there. Tesla, probably big gap down. They just discontinued the Cybertruck. If you guys didn't hear about that, I just read that this morning. That's pretty interesting. Him giving up on that. Oh no, Tesla needs to do something. They're focused on this really, really, really high tech stuff wrapped in this car company that, other than the Cybertruck, really hasn't done anything in. When did the Model 3 come in? 2018. They started to get some. That was their production rally. Yeah, no more Cybertruck. Cybertruck discontinued. Elon announces decision after fall in sales. I actually liked it. Probably because it was mental. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's official, unless this is the article I saw. I don't know why I don't have more hits on it, but founder Elon Musk expressed disappointment about poor sales and declining production. Well, you guys know, I don't know if you heard, he did end up telling some of the Cybertruck people to not only come in like 3 days a week or something like that. So, Foundation Series Cybertrucks no longer listed on Tesla's inventory page. Let's go to Tesla itself, see what's going on there. I mean, they still want to sell the ones they've got. Yeah. How do I get to the vehicles? I guess Cybertruck. They probably wouldn't put discontinued on here. I know they're trying to get rid of them, but I think it's cool looking. I will say this: every time I'm behind one, it looks like garbage. From the back, this is the ugliest looking truck. Every other angle, I love it. I love it. I think it looks so cool. See, that's what I want to look like every time I carry my rocket engine down the street. Okay. It's just the way it is. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's too big or something, but how do you even get that picture? That's pretty cool. But I guess they're discontinuing it. So unless they lied to me, yeah, I see. Yeah, I see quite a few in Arizona. Yeah, for sure. I know a guy that's. I know the guy that helps develop there. He's a customer. I don't know him, but going to his house Monday. As a matter of fact, he owns a company that they develop the user interfaces for car touchscreens, and so he always ends up with these crazy exotic cars. He had the Cybertruck a year before it was released in like a one of his garages that is locked all the time. That's where he keeps his really top secret cars that he tests out. He's got a Founder. He drives it around all the time. Black Founder series truck. It's pretty dope. It's a pain in the ass to work for. Um, but he's always right. So that's good. Anyway, yeah. So Tesla getting set. That'll probably be a gap down on Monday. Soxel doing pretty good down here at the lows. I kind of like this low slow action. We are getting wider in this structure at the bottom here. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I was trying to look at other lows the other day. I didn't really come to any conclusions. Like here's choppy, then it just goes up. So choppy doesn't necessarily mean horrible. We've come down quite a bit, found support at this 25 level. I'm hoping that stays good. Nvidia fairly randomized at the moment. Moving averages chopping up, not much to do here. And so here's a dichotomy with some of the indexes and some of these leading stocks. There's not a lot of leading stocks, at least the ones that I follow, doing very good. Palantir going through motions. AMD cannot get off of the floor. I mean, at some point this would be a really good buy because it's beaten down so much. But uh, every time, like there was an inverted head and shoulders here that was a little bit, then it gave that up, and kind of had some high volume here that was intriguing to me, but nothing to pull me in. And that's got another new low. So RSI maybe, yeah. There's a divergence right there. I thought there would be, but it's not enough really to pull me in. At some point though, I think when this starts to go, you look at these declining situations in AMD, they get very declined, and then you get a really good rally out of this thing. So I think at some point there's going to be opportunity. It's not really sure exactly where it is. I think we could be in the ballpark though. We start getting above this point, and I think we'll be better. It'd be nice to wedge up in a way like this and then go sideways for a while. So it may be a while, but I think AMD is worth keeping an eye on. ARM protocol sideways. ARM protocol is not a thing. ARM holding sideways. ASML looks like it's done getting its ass kicked. Hopefully. SMCI not quite done getting its ass kicked. ExxonMobil. You got gold and silver here. Just silver and there's gold. There's silver. Okay. Microsoft. So JP Morgan, see, banks always making money. Look at that volume. Holy crap. Wow. That's a lot of volume. When was the last time volume? I guess maybe right here. Volume started taking the average volume up. That looks pretty good. This thing is gone. Holy crap. I don't know the fundamentals behind this at the moment, but that is gone. That's gonna be a $300 to $400 stock. That's gonna be pretty good, I think. Good to buy in a pullback. Not much right now. ConocoPhillips, a bunch of choppy oil garbage. Amazon, filling this out, trying to think about breaking out. Great volume on Friday. Look at that. That's really good. Those pocket pivots, that's a pocket pivot. That is not. So you get a pocket pivot on Amazon above all the moving averages. So it's above the 10 and the 21 moving average at close. That's a good signal. I think this is in a good spot. That looks really good as a matter of fact. Earnings coming up, that is a flaw. Meta can't seem to go any lower. I'll just say that about Meta. Cannot seem to go any lower. Two pocket pivots. Not a lot of RSI going on it. What? Trying to look for a pattern or something. He's got these consolidations and these moves up. It's respect. Look at the 50 too. Nice respect to the 50 here. Goes under it, respects it, respects it, respects it. So if this thing gets back to the 50, I think it could be a buy there with the stop under a prior low or something. Again, earnings coming up. So being weird. Look at some BTC derivatives. You got MicroStrategy, the leader in this endeavor, with a really good day. That is a good day for MicroStrategy. Not quite a pocket pivot. That is a flaw. I think that around here could be a valid trend line. Gapping above that, nice and sideways, very small cup slash handle right there. And I think it looks really good as a matter of fact. I'm just hoping the action will line up with that. I don't know. Rigatoni, garbage, lunar, looks pretty good. I had log on when I drew that trend line. Trend line log is good. So good stuff overall. I like the action. This AppLovin Corp, this is gangbusters. Look at this thing. All right. When I quit my job, I'm going to be finding more of these. I hope at least. I hope. All right, guys. I think that's all I got. Stock market's looking pretty good. Trump coin's fucking with the crypto market. Other than that, we'll see how we handle the weekend with all these meme tokens and things. So we came down, we came back up here. It looks like. Did we get some support? Not major support. Not really. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a great day. I will probably, if something crazy happens tomorrow, I'll do a newsletter tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll probably see y'all on Monday. Have a great day. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.